Hello, and this is a quick video to help you with the quiz on bioenergetics. So for the first question, during exercise, which of the following happens? It's both of these. Your breathing rate and the breath volume increases. So that is C. For the next one, question 2, which of these is not a limiting factor of photosynthesis? Now, the limiting factor is something where the process doesn't have enough of it, and that means that it's going as fast as it can because it can't get enough of whatever the limiting factor is. Now, light, a plant might not have enough light and it can't do enough photosynthesis, so that's a limiting factor. Temperature, a plant could be too cold and it can't grow because that's a limiting factor. But oxygen, it doesn't matter how much oxygen is around, that will not affect the rate of photosynthesis. So the answer there is C. Next one, true or false? Aerobic respiration occurs in plants and animals all the time. Well, aerobic respiration happens when there's oxygen. Sometimes there isn't oxygen, and so that is false. True or false? The starch that's in plants created from glucose is insoluble. Now, this is one of those tricky questions. The actual answer is that some of the starch is soluble, some of the starch is insoluble. The answer that they're actually looking for here is that the starch is insoluble. So they're saying that it's true. It's a tricky one, that one. Next one, which type of respiration transfers more energy? It's aerobic respiration. Produces much more energy than anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration is only used as a last resort. Question 6, respiration. Respiration gives out heat, so it's an exothermic reaction. Next one, aerobic respiration produces glucose. Well, no, you should remember that it uses glucose. Produces carbon dioxide only. Well, it does produce carbon dioxide, but it also produces water. The answer is C. Next question, question 8. What would you expect to happen to the volume of oxygen produced by pondweed if light intensity increased and it was the limiting factor? It would increase. If something is a limiting factor, then that is what's holding back the rate of that process. So if light is the limiting factor and you give more light, if you increase the light's intensity, then it would increase. Okay, the next one. Why do mussels start respiring anaerobically during vigorous exercise? And the answer here is that they cannot get enough oxygen to respire aerobically. Okay, the next question is, name the supporting material that plants make using glucose. Well, that is cellulose. And which part of the cell is made using this material? You should remember that that is the cellulose cell wall. Now, this next question is, complete the equation for photosynthesis. And this is water, this is oxygen, and that tells you that it's the word equation that they're looking for. So on this side, it will be carbon dioxide and water will give glucose plus oxygen. And this part here is something that's coming in from outside, and that thing is light energy. Okay, and the final question here, describe how the body gets rid of the lactic acid that builds up in the muscles. And there are 2 marks for this question, so they need 2 bits of information. The first one is that the lactic acid is combined with oxygen. That produces carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide is got rid of by being breathed out. So the 2 parts are combined with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and breathed out from the lungs. Okay, and if you've got all of those, you got 15 marks. Well done.